invisible, flexible, indestructible, vertical, crypto mining, floating solar panels. Welcome to Intersolar Munich 2026. We've condensed 3 days and 1,000+ stands into one video so that you guys can discover the future of renewable energy. And we're going to discover some of the top products that have just been released and might be coming to the UK soon. And make sure you watch to the end of the video to find out an amazing discovery that we made along the way. For those of you that don't know, Intersolar, or the Smarter E, is one of the biggest renewable energy events around the globe, attracting over 200,000 visitors from all across the world with over 4,700 exhibitors. There is so much to see, and we're excited to see what we can discover here in Munich. By the way, if you don't know who we are, I'm Jordan from Artisan Electrics. We make YouTube videos about all sorts of cool renewable energy technology, like here at this event, but we're also one of the top installers in the UK for solar, battery storage, and EV chargers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, why not hit subscribe and join us on our journey? So with 18 halls, 3 days at 6 hours per day, that gives us 1 hour for each of these halls, and they're huge. So we're going to have to get a move on. So 𝐼𝐭𝐫 have just released the Z series panel, and this has hit quite a milestone for the solar industry. It's the first standard size solar panel to hit 500 watts. And that's due to a massive 25% efficiency that they've managed to achieve with this panel. But not just that, they've released what they call Ultimate Black, which is like the blackest of black panels. It's a real pure black panel. It looks absolutely beautiful, and as the cherry on the cake, they've extended the warranty to 40 years now, which is just unheard of. So with the advent of plug-in solar, which everyone's talking about, there's a missing ingredient that not many people have thought about, which is the panels themselves. Now, not everyone's going to be able to just lash a typical traditional solar panel to the side of their house, their balcony, or their garden. So something like this could really come in handy. A flexible, foldable solar panel that you can pop in your garden or on your balcony or somewhere where the sun is shining, generate some power to run your home, charge a battery, and then fold them away again at the end of the day. I mean, you could take this camping too, you could take this fishing with you. There's loads of potential use cases where you need power, but you don't necessarily have the chance to carry a massive solar panel around with you. And something like this, which is very compact, but generates 300 watts, could be ideal. Whoop. Got a little solar tent. Can you mine crypto with your excess solar energy? Well, that's what this company have invented a device to do. It talks to your inverter via an API. It can see how much excess solar you're generating, and you could use the excess solar rather than exporting it to the grid to mine crypto. In this case, 𝐷ogecoin, but it could be Bitcoin or some other crypto that you believe in. The idea is, in many countries, you're not allowed to export power to the grid anymore. So rather than wasting all of that solar energy, why not use it to earn some money mining crypto?
口哨糖.
口哨糖?
Yes.
Whistle candy.
Here's my next.
谢谢你. So this is a high voltage cable. It can go up to 110,000 volts. But what's interesting is they're making them out of aluminium now. And the reason is, with the AI chip boom and everything, copper prices have gone through the roof. So it makes it more economical now to build high voltage cables out of aluminium, which is something we used to see quite a lot in the industry, but we haven't seen so much lately. So it's interesting to see we're going back towards aluminium again. So we're here at the Megasol stand, and you probably saw me talk about Megasol last year at Intersolar. I love their products, but I'm really frustrated because they're not readily available in the UK. This particular option has really piqued my interest this year because at Artisan HQ, I would absolutely love to fit wall-mounted solar panels. And this is a solution that they've got with this special bracket that you can fit to the metallic outside panels of the building. And we could potentially fit another 10 or more solar panels at Artisan HQ if we had a wall mounting system like this. Even though we're in the UK and they don't currently have MCS certification, I'm hopeful that they might be able to come up with a solution for us. So one of my frustrations as an installer in the UK is that we're very slow to adopt new innovation because of all the bureaucracy that's involved in getting certification for products, particularly MCS certification. This is a classic example. These solar roof tiles are absolutely beautiful. They just look like slates, and yet they enable you to generate a ton of electricity from your roof, and your roof stays looking absolutely stunning. But they're not available in the UK, and Megasol have said to me quite clearly that they're not really interested in the UK market because there's just too many hurdles to jump through to get MCS certification. And that, for me, is a real shame. We've got 2 minutes left for hall A1, and then we need to move on. Oh yeah, PV floor, that's cool. We saw that before. Oh, this is what, yes. So we've got a customer who's approached us, and he's building a beautiful new £2 million house, and it's gonna have a standing seam roof, but he absolutely doesn't want to see solar panels, but he wants solar panels. And this could be a solution.
Yes, they are the metal sheets to integrating the rooftops.
So will the cables just go through the back through a hole in the roof or something?
Yes.
And he just sealed underneath to stop the water going in,
Yeah. You know this, I think?
Yeah, did you see the post I made? We made a post on like Facebook and Instagram of me jumping on the on the PV floor, and he remembers it. Go on, let's do it again.
Yes.
I'm scared I'm going to break it. There you go. It's pretty tough. I'm just waiting to build my new patio now. Ah, nice. Can you do me a big one for the side of my Artisan building with Artisan Electric's logo?
We can make it. It's very easy for us.
Yeah? So you just fix this to the building, and then you can have multiple layers? Yeah. Maybe we should do these at Artisan HQ. It'll be even more beautiful. Now we're going to move to A2. So this is what we call agrivoltaics. It's quite a buzzword at the moment. It's basically to do with solar generation on farms. And the idea here is that this greenhouse normally would be getting too hot, they'd be getting too much UV on the plants. And by covering it with this semi-transparent solar PV module, you actually reduce the intensity of the heat, you reduce the intensity of the UV on the plants, which increases your yield, but you also generate free electricity at the same time. So this is a device that you use to check the solar panels, maybe after a hailstorm, for example. Some countries you get massive hail, could damage the panels, and it detects automatically the damage to the glass. And you can see it quite clearly here with its clever automated detection software. And it's just a good way of checking over panels to see if there's any damage that you might not be able to see just from an external glance. I'm getting confused now. We came in here. Did we come in here? Oh, it's all melting into one. Have you subscribed yet? Got to come and see our friends at JA Solar. It seems like everyone's in the fight for 500 watts, and JA Solar are getting so close now with this 495 watt panel. Again, it's a standard size panel, 24.8% efficiency. And it's a really beautiful deep black color. No more little silver lines at all. We've been using JA as our go-to solar panels for a while, so it's good to see them continuing to innovate. So this is for cleaning solar panels. Quite a clever little system. The discs spin. It's going to blast out water jets and enable you to clean the panels quite thoroughly, I should imagine. Well, we're in the middle of a heat wave here in Munich, and so we've just had lunch and a little power nap, and we're ready to hit A4. I can't believe it. Bumped into you again.
I know, it's like the universe is meant to be just putting us together.
That's it. So we're here at the 𝐶𝐵𝐵 stand, and they are the original inventors of the MC4 connector. In fact, they own the trademark for MC4, so nobody else is supposed to use it. This little thing doesn't look like much, but imagine millions of these are installed around the world, and they are one of the biggest potential weak points in any solar installation. The biggest potential causes of fire is the DC connections. And so many people out there are installing fake MC4s, basically non-𝐶𝐵𝐵, cheap junk off Amazon, and they're installing mismatched connectors, which is one of the biggest causes of solar fires around the world. So we only use 𝐶𝐵𝐵 connectors for that reason. And 𝐶𝐵𝐵 actually offer training. So I've just been talking to them about potentially getting the whole team trained up by 𝐶𝐵𝐵 themselves on how to terminate a 𝐶𝐵𝐵 MC4 properly. and to learn some of the important details around why these connections are so vital for a safe solar install. So this is a panel laying robot, and essentially it does all the heavy lifting for people trying to install huge ground mount solar arrays. Think massive megawatt scale solar farms. So how many panels a day can this thing lay?
So one robot's about 600 panels a day. We measure panels per person per day.
Yeah.
And in a human crew, it's about 120, and with a robot, it's about 250.
Nice, double the output. And if I want to buy myself one of these, how much is it going to set me back?
Well, it really depends, but probably around 250 grand is what we sell them for at the moment.
I'd love one, but I don't know whether I can quite justify it yet.
Not yet.
Give me a couple of years, and
Yeah.
when we've ramped up our solar farm installation division, maybe we'll talk. So we're back with Daniel from Oxford PV. For those of you who've been following us for a while, we made a video with Daniel last year about the Perovskite technology and how it might change the game for solar, and it did pretty well, didn't it? I think it's had about 500,000 views.
I've never been more famous.
Yeah. So it's great to see you again.
Great to see you too, John. Yeah, it's good to be back.
Brief summary of what's been happening in the last year.
I think it's, in a sense, it's business as usual. We've got a plan, we're sticking to the plan, doing a lot of hard things all the time, but we're making progress. So I think what you can see, you've got a next generation of module on display this week. We've got a few more of our, what we call specialty products over there, designed for, anything that's not on a roof or in a field. Stick it on a plane, stick it on a satellite, places where perovskite technology, that efficiency is not just nice to have, it's a real game changer.
Yeah, and these kind of interesting applications, there you've got an aeroplane wing with solar cells on. So what kind of potential applications are there for the future with this technology?
We've seen more interest, particularly in that what we call specialty area.
We're going to be seeing Oxford PV cells on Elon Musk's AI data centers in space.
Well, there's some crazy, projections of what can happen in space. If perovskite captured even just a small fraction of that, then that would be, it's huge.
Perovskite coming to a satellite near you very soon.
Watch the space.
The craziest thing about this event that not a lot of people realise is that billions of pounds of investment deals get signed at this event. A lot of it, and the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, is about building relationships. Business meetings happen between all of these big brands, manufacturers, distributors, installers, and huge amounts of money passes hands because of this event. We focus a lot on products in these kind of events, but the environmental impacts of solar and renewable energy installations is something that is a pretty big deal too. And companies like this actually run their business around helping people to mitigate those environmental impacts by doing environmental studies and reports prior to installing a big solar field, for example. And this is something that we've come across recently with one of our own large ground mount installs, where we've had to get an ecologist out to site multiple times to check if there are any great crested newts in the area before we do any digging or install the ground mount array. And it's often part of the planning conditions that this actually happens. So it's good to see that the environment is a factor that gets taken into consideration with these kind of projects. So this is the DJI Dock 3. Now I've got this drone, but I don't have this dock, and it's an incredible bit of kit. Basically, it's designed so that you can put this drone out in the field somewhere. The dock closes up and protects it, keeps it all waterproof and everything. And you can set the drone to automatically go out, say every hour, fly a pre-programmed route, do a thermal survey of a solar array, for example, come back, upload the information, recharge, and then go out again. And it kind of creates the opportunity for a regular pre-programmed maintenance system for a large solar farm that will automatically alert you if there are any issues discovered by the drone without any human pilot having to sit there and fly it regularly. Pretty cool bit of tech. It's day 2 here at Intersolar, and it is a hot one. I've got my shorts on because I was suffering yesterday, and there's even more people today. Last night we had an awesome time at the SigEnergy launch party, and now we're going to explore the battery section and see what we can discover. So So this is the new SigEnergy EV charger. 3 main standout upgrades here. One, you've got the screen, which is a nice feature, but it enables you to do the second thing, which is using OCPP 1.6, you can actually start to charge people for charging sessions, whether that be public charging or employee usage, for example. There's also the fact that it's V2X ready now, which is the third thing. That means that in theory, you'll be able to charge and discharge your car battery into the building, into your house or your commercial building. And that is a first for the AC charging market. So if you're going camping, you can now take SigEnergy with you with the 𝐒𝐻𝐳 which is their new plug-in solar solution. So plug-in battery, inverter, you can plug in up to 4 strings. I'm not going to go into too much depth in this video because we're making a separate dedicated video from this event all about plug-in solar because it's such a hot topic at the moment. Going to be coming soon to the UK, so make sure you check out that video if you want to see the full stats on this unit. Is there any tech that you think is going to change the game in the industry that we haven't seen yet at this event? I'd love to hear all your thoughts in the comments below. So this is a rapid charger with a difference. In situations where you're grid constrained and you couldn't just connect 240 kilowatt chargers to the grid, CATL have used a massive battery bank to back up and allow you to charge super fast despite a limited connection to the grid. So what would happen is the battery would be trickle charged from the grid at a rate that the grid can cope with. But this huge battery bank is there to be able to discharge a massive amount of power to your car in a short amount of time as and when needed. It's a solution that's more and more important as the grid gets more and more constrained, and it's nice to see companies like CATL thinking outside the box and creating solutions like this. This is Jeremy from Tesla Riviera, or en français on dit Jérémy.
Jérémy.
N'est-ce pas?
Ouais. Exactly.
So Jeremy's a French YouTuber. He makes videos all about, well, tell us.
What, electric cars?
Yeah, electric cars.
And renewable energies.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I was in China last week.
Really?
For the snack.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was amazing.
For what?
For snack. It's like Intersolar.
Like a big event. Okay.
Yeah, it's big, way bigger than that.
Even bigger than this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe 3 to 5 times bigger.
Okay, yeah.
You have to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What was the best thing that you saw?
There in China?
Yeah.
Oh, everything was amazing. Electric cars everywhere,
Yeah.
solar panels,
Yeah.
and then this energy.
Yeah.
They know what to do. It's impressive. I visited factories,
Yeah?
and yeah, it's amazing.
Cool. We'll have to go. Maybe next year.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So we're here at the Anker stand and they're preparing for the launch of UK plug-in solar as well with this Solar Bank 4. There's quite a lot to unpack with this product. So I'm not going to go into any deep specs on it right now, but maybe stay tuned on the channel for a future video about this because it does look like a really cool product. You know from our channel before that we've worked with Anker fitting the X1, which is a stationary storage system at people's homes, and it's a beautiful looking product, really high quality. So I'm excited to see what Anker have to roll out when it comes to UK plug-in solar. This is the new EcoFlow Stream 3000, their solution to plug-in solar. There's a 5000 as well. What I like about it is you've got these flexible MC4 connections on the back, so 4 MPPTs. I presume it's 4 MPPTs anyway, 4 inputs, and then an AC plug connection. It's quite simple, quite a small footprint. Battery storage built into it as well. Obviously this is a dummy unit, which is why it's super light. It's got a 10-year warranty on it as well, which is pretty decent. It looks smart, and you can see this sitting on your balcony or sitting in your living room or something like that with a couple of solar panels connected to it.
I'm Finn Peacock from Solar Quotes in Australia, and I think Jordan's got the best YouTube channel on solar and batteries in the world. It's miles better than mine. So subscribe to Artisan Electrics. They're brilliant. You can trust them for good advice, and they're pommies like I used to be.
G'day, mate. So we talked a lot about plug-in solar, but we've not talked about the solar panels that you're supposed to actually use to generate your electricity. And it seems like Jackery have got a solution. This is a lovely little compact, portable solar panel setup that you could stick on your balcony. It's got these little holes, so you could potentially just, like, I don't know, cable tie it to the balcony or something. You could probably string up a few of these. It seems like this is the missing piece with plug-in solar because everyone's producing plug-in batteries, plug-in inverters, but not many people are actually supplying the portable solar panels to connect to them. So I'm glad to see Jackery's working on it. So this is the new Tesla Powerwall 3-phase, which I recently made a video about. So I'm going to try and do a bit of digging and see if I can find out when this is coming to the UK. I've managed to squeeze out some information from the Tesla team. They probably won't like me saying this, but massive news. 3-phase Powerwall is coming to the UK, probably Q1 2027, but they wouldn't be clear on dates. And there's something else that a lot of our viewers have been asking about, which is the integration between Powerwall 2 and Powerwall 3. And I'll be honest, I've been saying to people that it's never going to happen, forget about it. But they have confirmed to me that Tesla Powerwall 2 and 3 will be compatible with each other in the near future. They said it's already happening in Australia. So hopefully, end of this year, they're saying we will have the opportunity to install a Powerwall 3 if you've already got a Powerwall 2 and make them compatible on the same system, which is huge for Powerwall 2 owners. And there's one thing else they told me which blew my mind. Let me show you. They've updated the spec sheet for the Powerwall 3, and it now says that it's 15 kilowatt hours battery module energy DC. Now, the reason that they're saying this when it's always been a 13.5 kilowatt hour battery is that it is 13.5 kilowatts usable AC energy. But what all of the other battery manufacturers advertise is the DC energy, because they're selling just batteries, whereas this is a true all-in-one unit. So Tesla have decided it's only fair to advertise their DC usable energy as well of this system, which is actually 15 kilowatt hours, so that you can really compare apples with apples. So what it means is that this thing actually has more usable capacity than a lot of people might think, because of the way that a lot of other battery manufacturers advertise their stats. The other thing that Tesla have whispered to me is that bi-directional EV charging is coming. Not to the Gen 3 that we know at the moment, but to a future version of the Tesla wall connector that will enable you to do bi-directional charging with your Tesla vehicle. And that's going to be massive, because think about the size of the Tesla fleet. It's absolutely enormous. To be able to leverage that to play the energy markets and stabilize the grid is going to be huge. So watch this space. Finally heading to B4. Looks like a lot of interesting stuff there. That is another level of robot. This is a robot that lifts batteries, big batteries, up to 1,800 kilo batteries. So I'm guessing the kind of battery packs that you put in electric vehicles. And I guess that's going to save a lot of people's backs. I've got a confession to make. I'm obsessed with Weidmuller. They just make such lovely stuff. I used to work with Weidmuller products in Croatia when I did some volunteer work out there. And we used to use their DIN rail connectors and stuff like that, push fit connectors, and they were just absolutely gorgeous. And ever since, I've just been a little bit obsessed with this orange plasticky goodness. Oh wow, that's amazing. My mind is blown. We're so far behind in the UK, it's shameful. I don't know how this works, right? But when you put it in there, somehow it detects the wire and it just snaps closed onto the wire. Boom, and then it's in. I mean, that is so simple but so clever, and that's what the best tech always is, right? Well done, Weidmuller. So we're here on the SolarEdge stand, and one of the things I love about Intersolar is because you're in Germany, beer is everywhere. It's like water. So they serve beer on all the stands and stuff, and the first thing that happened was one of the SolarEdge guys saw us. He was like, Artisan, come sit, I'll get you a beer. So we're sitting and having a nice refreshing beer, and he's going to tell us about what new stuff SolarEdge have got to offer. So this is the new SolarEdge Nexus battery storage solution. It's a stackable battery, which we've been crying out for a while now with SolarEdge. They come in 5 kilowatt hour modules with a 3.5 kilowatt DC to DC charge and discharge rate. So like most stackable systems, the more modules you have, the higher the power output is as well. They've got quite a few interesting innovations built into this, and hopefully we'll be doing a video about this in early 2027 when it gets released. But it's really nice to see SolarEdge kind of improving the product line. And I do like this, a little touch, you can take the cover off. So if you wanted to, you could wrap it and give it your own little personalized color touch. So one thing that we're seeing all the big manufacturers doing is integrating AI into their apps, and SolarEdge is doing exactly that with their new homeowners AI energy companion called Sarah. They reckon it's going to save you up to €1,000 a year just by the optimization of having this AI companion built into the app. So the good news for anyone who's got a SolarEdge system installed already is that you're going to get access to this for free, just as part of your SolarEdge package that you've already got, and hopefully it'll save you even more money. So it's day 3 here at Intersolar, and my brain and my legs are aching, but we're here to discover more amazing tech for you guys, so let's go. The Megawatt charging system. That's right, this is a 1.4 megawatt EV charger. I think we had a viral short about one of these before where I showed the size compared to my head. It's just absolutely huge. Designed, I would imagine, for very large electric vehicles like electric trucks or lorries, maybe even electric boats or planes, who knows. Last time we discovered the megawatt charging system, it was just teetering over the megawatt mark, so we're already at nearly 1.5 megawatts. I'm just wondering when the 2 megawatt charger is going to come out. Yeah, there we are. Awesome. So we helped with Van der Valk for some content for this stand, and it's really cool to see my face and the face of the team on the stand here at Van der Valk. They've got some really cool innovative products that they've just released, and it's an absolute pleasure to help them with the launch. So Van der Valk have just released the Valk Ace Plus, which is an improvement to their existing Valk Ace solar mounting equipment lineup. A couple of really interesting features of this. One is these new plastic housings on the roof hooks. It just holds everything together. It means you can clip the rail in really nicely, adjust it, move it up and down, and then one screw to clamp it all into place. The other one is the Valk grip, which I'll talk to you about around here. So in the past, as a solar installer, you'd always have to position the panel, hold it in place, lean over, and screw the mid clamp down. But with the new Valk grip, look, I can literally lift that panel, pop it into place like that, get it lined up on the bottom, lever it in, and then that is now in place, and that is not going anywhere. This is a ground screw. Now, what's a ground screw for, you might wonder? Well, when you're installing a very large system like a large ground mount array, a solar carport, or even a really heavy containerized battery storage system, you need a solid base. But to build a huge concrete foundation would be cost prohibitive often. So that's where ground screws come in. You put them in exactly where you need a firm base, and you build the structure from there. This has got an innovative connector on the top to enable it to be screwed in easily with a piece of machinery. And yeah, it's nice to see one in the flesh. So this is the Eco Plant, and it's a solar tracking flower. It can generate 2 kilowatt peak, and it's smart, so it figures out which way to move to follow the sun to get the maximum amount of solar generation. You can put batteries in the bottom of it as well, up to 40 kilowatt hours, and it's just a great way to generate some solar energy, but also it's kind of a nice education piece. So they install these in schools and other public places, and it's a really cool way to demonstrate the power of solar energy. But they have told me that there's not a single one of these yet in the UK. So if you want to be the first to get one of these, definitely check them out. This solution from 𝐿𝐴𝐻 is absolutely genius. It's a vertical bifacial solar array solution for green roofs or other flat roofs. And the idea is very simple. These vertical bifacial panels will capture the sun as it moves across the sky. The units are quite light, but because of the way that they're designed, they don't need any ballast, which is often a big problem when it comes to green roofs because there's already a lot of weight from the green roof. This is an ideal solution. They're perfectly designed to avoid wind uplift. And if you've got a green roof and you want solar, this is absolutely ideal. If you are thinking of getting a green roof, or you've already got one and you'd like to add solar, definitely get in touch with us, because we're one of only 4 approved partners of 𝐿𝐴𝐻 in the UK, and we'd love to help you with your project. This is going to blow your mind. So check this out. Just a normal piece of wire cut off there. Stripped and ferruled in one move. That is just insane. So if you're a UK electrician, you probably know Vargo for things like this. Push-fit connectors, but Vargo in Europe offer way more stuff than just that. You got stuff like this, where you've got push-fit for joining multiple wires. You can label them all up, and you can go full like OCD on it. It's just absolutely incredible. There's just so many different options. And it's quite incredible to see all of the different things that Vargo, however you pronounce them, have to offer. How about this to commute to work in? So I might have just found my new daily driver. Check this out. 80 kilometers range, top speed of 45 kilometers if you get the high spec version. And it's fully road legal in the UK, meaning that I could actually ride this to the office and back every day, fully electric, with the breeze blowing through my hair. I kind of like it. So we're here at the MyEnergi stand where they've taken us by surprise and announced the Zappi 3.0. Obviously original form factor still, but they've upgraded the look, a little bit more modern, changed the buttons. But the big thing is internally, it's bi-directional ready now, and that seems to be the way a lot of manufacturers are going. Bi-directional ready EV chargers so that you can discharge from your car into your house and use some of that energy both ways. So it's cool to see MyEnergi keeping up with that wave. I don't know whether this is going to be coming to the UK anytime soon or not, but here in Europe it's looking to drop at the end of the year, so stay tuned. Now that's what I call a lug. I don't know what size crimping tool you would need for this, but it's a 1,000 square millimeter cable capacity to go into this lug. And this is actually the kind of lug that you would use to make a connection to a wind turbine. You're talking huge amounts of power can go through these things. I've never seen anything like it. Incredible. If you want to improve your suntan, this is one way of doing it. Or you might decide to use it for concentrated solar thermal energy. So this is a reflector basically from this huge satellite dish, but it's not really a satellite dish. What it is a device that concentrates solar energy into one place. So it's built very much like a satellite dish, except that it concentrates the solar energy into this coil, heats the hot water from that concentrated solar energy, and gives you an endless supply of hot water. Quite clever. What an amazing event. We've discovered so much cool tech and met so many amazing people. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe for all of our future content, and we'll see you next time.